Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with the Core Team. I'm Sydney on Scale's Core Team, and today we have Rob here with us. Hey Rob.
Hello.
Rob, so hold up your coffee since this is Coffee with the Core Team. It always gets lost in the Scale universe,
In the Scaleverse.
Scaleverse. All right, Rob. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you currently do for the Scale Labs team and, a little bit of background on yourself?
Sure. So I am the senior social media manager for Scale Labs. So I, run the socials. I am, constantly working on, community engagement strategies, constant content strategies. Actually doing the copywriting and putting together, Twitter threads and, announcements and working with our graphic designers and the rest of the marketing team on creating social collateral and pushing that out to the community. I've been working in social media for, oh my God, what year is it? 2023. I've been working in social media since 2008. So we're approaching 15 years of doing this, back from before Facebook even had brand pages and, Instagram wasn't even a thing when I started. So it's been a long ride. Worked at some small digital agencies that, did work for liquor brands and consumer packaged goods. Worked in entertainment for a while, ran social media for Robert Rodriguez's television network for a minute. Spent a couple of years at Google Fiber. And then, most recently now pivoted from Web 2 to Web 3. And here we are in the SKALEverse.
It's the movement, the Web3 movement. And so, Rob, since you said you started back in 2008, would you say MySpace or Facebook?
Ooh, at this point, I think I'd say MySpace because we've all seen what Facebook has become.
Yes.
A
If
lot
you
of
were
drama
in the
at the
top
top
eight,
eight.
it was like an honor to be in the top eight, friends. But moving along, so you've been doing this for a while. You've been with Scale for almost a year. So what has been your favorite announcement thus far, that you've been able to share with the rest of the community?
So I think that my favorite, I don't know if it's really an announcement. My favorite moment was when Xorg shifted over from running on the Scale testnet to the Scale mainnet, and we saw just the volume of transactions that were happening, and the our stats chart sort of went crazy. That bar for November of last year. If you look at it on the website, it's enormous. And I think that was the moment where, it was sort of proof of concept, where it's like, we can talk a lot about how powerful Scale is and how it's capable of doing things that no other blockchain is capable of doing. But then actually seeing it in action, and having that proof point, and then being able to take those stats and share it out with the community. I think that was probably the most exciting update. Because I think the partner announcements are great, and I love our partners, but that was sort of like a core thing about Scale itself, about the technology, that was like, okay, it's making me feel even more bullish.
Yeah, proof is in the numbers. But I always like to ask every guest that comes on some sort of icebreaker. So, Rob, I wanted to ask you, if you were to be on any reality TV show, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, okay, it would have to be Nailed It on Netflix. Partially because I'd really love to meet Nicole Byers. I think she's hilarious. But also because I am capable of baking a cake that won't kill somebody, but I am not capable of decorating a cake to make it look like something. So I think the results would be pretty hilarious.
All right. Yes, I've actually seen that show and it's a great one.
It's a
So
wild ride.
it's wild. It's pretty wild. If you haven't already seen it, community, go check it out. And lastly, just to, close us out here. So you obviously do a lot of engagement with the community through multiple different outlets, whether it's Twitter, Discord, our blog, our AMAs that you run. So tell me, what is your favorite social network and why?
I think even with everything that's gone on with it this year, or I guess since the middle of 2022, I'd have to say Twitter. Like again, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been on Twitter since 2007, I want to say. So, back before there was like actual like retweets and functionality was still being built out. And I feel like it's something where, I have my little audience of friends and people I've interacted with, over the past decade and a half. But from like a functional standpoint, like there's nothing like Twitter. Like even with everything that's gone on with it, it's still going because there's nothing that could really take its place at this point. The way that it opens up, access to people that you would never be able to interact with, in your daily life. The sort of like niche communities that pop up that you can always learn something from, science Twitter or book Twitter or Black Twitter, or, like it's just, it opens up conversations that you would just never be a part of otherwise. And, for Scale, Twitter is, our number one platform. It's where crypto Twitter lives. It's where our community is for the most part. It's where we get, the most engagement. And yeah, it's just the one that I still have the most fun working with.
Yeah, it's really rewarding to see, all of the engagement that we get. And, you do a great job with it, Rob, and keeping our, Scale brand alive on all these social media platforms. It's not easy to do. But to close us out, Rob, it's been a pleasure having you here today. Guys, this is Coffee with the Core Team, and we do these, every other week pretty much. So stay tuned for our next core team member. Bye, everyone.